August 25th, 2025, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Inside the grand halls of the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation headquarters, foreign ministers from across the Muslim world gather for an urgent meeting. Their mission to confront the deepening Gaza conflict and to craft a united response. The atmosphere is solemn. Rows of delegates sit beneath the OIC's emblem, their expressions reflecting the weight of responsibility. For the people of Gaza, enduring bombardments, blockades and humanitarian collapse, the stakes could not be higher. At the podium, Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan speaks firmly. His words set the tone for the day. He warns that without swift international pressure, the cycle of violence will continue unchecked. His call echoes a demand shared across the Muslim world. Enough declarations. Time has come for action. Around him, the ministers listen intently. Delegations from North Africa, the Middle East and South Asia exchange notes, nodding in agreement. Each comes with their own national interests. But here in Jeddah, one issue dominates: the survival of Gaza's people and the question of Palestine's future. Saudi Arabia's Foreign Minister, Prince Faisal bin Farhan, follows with an urgent appeal. Hosting the meeting, Riyadh signals its determination to rally Muslim nations behind a collective stand. For the Saudis, this gathering is not just about diplomacy, it is about credibility. The kingdom wants the Islamic world to act with unity, not division. From Pakistan to Indonesia, ministers repeat the same refrain: an immediate ceasefire, unrestricted humanitarian aid, and the revival of a political solution. For decades, such words have filled the records of OIC conferences. Yet in Gaza, the suffering has only grown. This time, leaders here insist, must be different. The OIC, born in 1969 after the attack on Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque, was founded with a mission to defend Muslim causes. None is more symbolic than Palestine. Today, that mission is being tested under the harshest of realities. For many, Gaza is not just a war zone, it is the defining moral challenge of the Muslim world. As speeches unfold, ministers recall harrowing images: hospitals overrun, families torn apart, children pulled from the rubble. They describe Gaza as a humanitarian catastrophe. Their statements condemn what they call collective punishment and urge the global community to act, not in weeks or months, but immediately. Still, within the chamber, divisions emerge. Some nations call for sweeping economic sanctions and boycotts. Others push for a renewed UN initiative, while a few argue for quiet regional mediation. These debates reveal the political complexities of the Muslim world, yet one truth unites them all: silence is no longer acceptable. Diplomats here stress that the meeting is not just symbolic. Behind closed doors, discussions focus on concrete measures: creating an international fund for Gaza's reconstruction, lobbying Europe and Africa to join calls for peace, and using oil and trade ties to exert pressure. But many delegates admit the obvious. Previous OIC statements rarely altered realities on the ground. The challenge now is whether this gathering will mark a turning point. The strategies differ. Turkey, Iran and Qatar urge a tougher approach, framing the crisis as resistance against occupation. Saudi Arabia and several Gulf states argue for building consensus and working through international forums. These differences reflect wider political divides across the region, but all agree on the urgency of Gaza's plight. As the hours pass, ministers reaffirm their long-standing position: support for Palestinian statehood. To them, the creation of an independent Palestinian state, with East Jerusalem as its capital, remains the only viable solution. Yet, for the families trapped in Gaza tonight, these words are promises for tomorrow, while their suffering continues today. By the session's close, speeches and resolutions are entered into the OIC's record. The condemnations are strong, the appeals forceful, the sense of urgency undeniable. But outside these walls, the world will measure the outcome not by words, but by deeds. For Gaza, where every hour brings new loss, the demand is clear: decisive action. And for the OIC, 56 years after its founding, the question is just as clear: will this gathering in Jeddah be remembered as another meeting of words, or as the moment Muslim nations turned words into action?
We gather here today to affirm our solidarity with the Palestinian people at a critical time. I now invite my dear brother Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Launching an initiative within the UN for...
Thank you, Your Excellency. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Excellencies, colleague ministers, Excellencies, Assistant Secretary General of the OIC, to the custodians of the two holy mosques, His Majesty King Salman bin
معالي وزير خارجية الجمهورية التركية رئيس الاجتماع، معالي وزير خارجية جمهورية غامبيا الذين يتعرضون لأبشع ممارسات الاحتلال والقتل والتجويع والتهجير والإقويض
تجسيد استقلال الدولة الفلسطينية، لكن لا يمكن سيد